Ladies and gentlemen, in the chaos of life, in the whirlwind of doubt, distraction, and noise, there is one place you must learn to control if you want to rise above mediocrity. Your own mind. Napoleon Hill once said, "You have absolute control over only one thing, your thoughts." That one power, when harnessed, can shape destiny. But most people, they never learn to quiet their mind. They never learn to command their thoughts. We live in an age where everyone talks, but few listen. Your mind talks all day long. Worry, fear, regret, doubt. And the more you listen to this mental noise, the more powerless you feel. That voice tells you you're not ready, that you're not good enough, that success is for someone else. But I'm here to tell you, that voice is a liar. If you want to succeed, truly succeed, you must force your mind to be quiet. You must take back control. You must command your inner world before you can change your outer one. Why is this so important? Because success does not come from the outside in. It comes from the inside out. Howdy. Your dreams, your goals, your desires, they all begin in your imagination. But if your mind is noisy, if your thoughts are scattered, if your focus is broken, your dreams will stay exactly where they are, locked inside you. Discipline your mind. Sit in silence. Breathe deeply. And tell yourself, I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Tell your fears to be still. Tell your doubts they are no longer welcome. Train your mind to obey you, not the other way around. This is not easy. Nothing great ever is, but it is possible. It is possible. Every time you catch your mind wandering, bring it back. Every time fear whispers in your ear, replace it with faith. Every time doubt creeps in, crush it with decision. This is the path of greatness. This is the way of the focused. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be fearless. You just need to be in control. That's where all power begins, in a quiet, disciplined, focused mind. So today, force your mind to be quiet, command it to serve you, and in doing so, you will awaken a force inside you that can move mountains. Control your mind, and you will control your future. You have power over your thoughts. This truth is the foundation of all personal achievement. Every great success story, every act of courage, every breakthrough in human history began with a single thought. And the moment you recognize that you can choose your thoughts, you begin to shape your reality. Most people live their lives reacting to circumstances, letting outside forces dictate how they feel and what they believe. But those who rise above, those who succeed, understand one powerful truth. Your mind is not your master. It is your servant. Napoleon Hill emphasized again and again that thoughts are things, powerful things. They are not invisible whispers that pass through without effect. They carry energy. They create emotion. They spark action. A single positive thought held with belief can change the course of your entire day. And if repeated with enough faith and consistency, it can change the course of your life. But to access this power, you must take responsibility for what happens inside your mind. No one else can do it for you. You cannot blame the world, the past, or other people for the way you think. You must learn to guard your mind like a fortress. Negative thoughts will try to enter. Doubt will knock. Fear will whisper. But you are the gatekeeper. You decide what stays and what must go. This is not always easy. In fact, at first, it may feel like a battle. But it is a battle worth fighting. The mind is like a garden. If you leave it unattended, weeds will grow. Negative thoughts, limiting beliefs, worry, and confusion will take root. But if you intentionally plant the seeds of purpose, gratitude, discipline, and faith, your inner world will begin to bloom. And when your inner world is strong, your outer world cannot shake you. Circumstances lose their power over you. You no longer live by reaction, but by decision. This power, the power to choose your thoughts, is available to you right now, no matter your past, no matter your situation. You can close your eyes, take a deep breath, and begin again with a new thought. You can decide to believe in yourself. You can choose to focus on what is possible instead of what is broken. You can replace fear with faith, and you can do it every single day. With repetition and desire, these new thoughts will become beliefs, and those beliefs will shape your identity. Over time, you become the person you once imagined. simply because you chose the right thoughts and held on to them with courage. Remember, your life is always moving in the direction of your dominant thoughts, so direct them wisely. Control your thoughts, and you will control your destiny. Will control your destiny. Mental noise destroys focus quietly, constantly, and powerfully. It sneaks in through worry, fear, self-doubt, and endless distractions. While the outside world bombards you with messages, your inner world becomes cluttered with noise. This noise may not be loud in volume, but it is overwhelming in effect. It fragments your attention, scatters your energy, and pulls your mind in 100 directions. In this noisy state, clarity becomes rare, and real progress becomes almost impossible. When your mind is noisy, you can't hear your own purpose. You may sit down to work, but your thoughts are already ahead of you, thinking about yesterday's mistakes, tomorrow's problems, or what others might say. You may want to be present, but your mind keeps drifting. And the worst part? You often don't even realize it's happening. That's how silent this thief is. It doesn't scream, it whispers. It distracts, it delays, it drains. In a world full of instant notifications, social media, nonstop news, and constant stimulation, mental noise has become the new normal. But here's the truth. Focus is the key to achieving anything meaningful. And focus cannot exist where noise is allowed to stay. You cannot build your dream if your thoughts are scattered. You cannot find your calling if you're consumed by every opinion around you. And you cannot lead your life with intention if your mind is filled with doubt and fear. Focus is not about doing more. It's about thinking less, but thinking clearly. It's about choosing one thought and holding on to it with all your strength. It's about silencing everything that doesn't serve your highest goal. And this silence isn't empty. It's full of direction, energy, and peace. In this silence, your mind aligns with your vision. You begin to hear your own inner voice. You begin to recognize what matters and what doesn't. And with that clarity, you move with confidence. To defeat mental noise, you must be intentional. You must train your mind to return to the present moment. You must create time for stillness, reflection, and deep thought. You must disconnect from the noise around you so you can reconnect with the power within you. Meditation, deep breathing, focused journaling, and simple walks in silence can all help. But most of all, you must want peace more than you want distraction. You must want focus more than you want comfort. Focus more than you want comfort. Once you reclaim your focus, your energy returns, your vision sharpens, your motivation rises. What once felt overwhelming becomes simple. What once felt chaotic becomes structured. The noise fades, and in its place, clarity rises. And from clarity comes power. Mental noise may be invisible, but its damage is real. Don't let it rob you of your potential. Don't let it steal your future. Train your mind to be quiet, and your focus will become unstoppable. Success comes from the inside out. It does not begin with money, fame, or opportunity. It begins with mindset, belief, and the way you think about yourself and your world. Too often, people chase external rewards, thinking a new job, a bigger house, or more followers will make them successful. But real, lasting success can never be created from the outside. It must be built from within. Your thoughts are the blueprint. Your beliefs are the foundation. Where habits, emotions, and inner dialogue shape the structure of your future. If the inside is weak, no amount of outside gain can bring peace or progress. But when the inside is strong, when your values are clear, your vision is solid, and your confidence is grounded, then external success becomes a natural result, not a desperate pursuit. Napoleon Hill taught that all success begins with definiteness of purpose, backed by burning desire and unshakable faith. Each of these is internal. No one can give you purpose. No one can install faith into your mind. These are choices, deep decisions you make about who you are and what you stand for. When you believe in yourself, when you carry vision in your heart and discipline in your actions, the world begins to shift around you. Doors open. People notice. Momentum builds. But it always with you. Starts with you. External success without inner growth is hollow. You may impress others, but you'll still feel empty inside. That's why some people seem to have it all, yet live in fear, stress, or confusion. They built success outside before building strength inside, side. But when your character is firm, your heart is full, and your mind is trained. No challenge can break you. You don't just achieve success, you sustain it, you lead it, you expand it. This inside out path requires daily work. It requires self reflection, honesty, discipline, and the courage to change. It means facing your fears, replacing self doubt with faith, and choosing growth over comfort. It means feeding your mind with positive ideas, surrounding yourself with uplifting influences, and standing firm when others doubt your dream. This is not an easy path, but it is the only one that leads to true fulfillment. You don't need to wait for permission, resources, or the right time. You already carry the seed of success within you. It's in your thoughts, it's in your words, it's in your next decision. Nourish that seed, protect it, believe in it. Because when your inner world aligns with purpose and belief, your outer world cannot resist the pull of your destiny. You don't need to become someone else. You need to become your highest self, the version of you that already lives inside. That's where success starts. That's where it grows. That's how it lasts. From the inside out, silence builds strength in ways that noise never can. In a world that constantly demands your attention, where voices scream for validation and opinions echo endlessly, silence becomes a rare and powerful refuge. It is not emptiness. It is not weakness. Silence is space, the kind of space where clarity emerges, self-awareness deepens, and inner power is born. When you allow yourself to step back from the noise, you create room to hear your true thoughts, your real desires, and the voice of purpose that gets drowned out by distraction. Many people are afraid of silence. They fill every moment with chatter, notifications, music, or background noise because silence forces them to confront what's really going on inside. But here's the truth. Growth happens in those silent moments. Healing begins in silence. Decisions are made in silence. Strength is built in silence, not the strength of muscles, but the strength of character, the kind that endures setbacks and keeps moving forward. Silence teaches you patience. When the world pushes you, silence gives you the pause you need to think before you act. It creates mental clarity and emotional stability. When your mind is calm, your actions become intentional. You stop being controlled by your environment and begin to lead yourself from within. Great leaders, thinkers, and creators have always valued silence. They step away from the noise not because they are weak, but because they know true power requires deep thought and inner alignment. In silence, you can reconnect with your goals. You can visualize your future with sharp focus. You can reflect on your mistakes without judgment and find the lessons hidden in them. You begin to realize that the strength to persist, to lead, to succeed isn't given to you by the world. It is discovered in yourself. Silence also builds emotional strength. It gives you space to process pain, to transform confusion into clarity, and to turn fear into faith. When you sit quietly with your challenges instead of avoiding them, you gain insight. You realize you're stronger than you thought. You realize you can handle more than you imagined. And with that realization comes confidence, the kind of unshakable confidence that can't be faked or forced. In silence, you also build spiritual strength. You begin to trust life, trust timing, and trust yourself. Who you start to hear your intuition, that quiet inner guide that often gets ignored in the rush of daily life. And when you start acting from that place of stillness and self-trust, your decisions carry more weight. Your actions become more aligned. Your progress becomes more meaningful. So don't fear silence. Seek it. Use it, protect it. Even 5 minutes a day can shift your mindset, recharge your spirit, and renew your drive. In that stillness, you'll find not just peace, but power. Because silence doesn't mean nothing is happening. It means everything is beginning. It means everything is beginning. Discipline your mind to obey you. Because if you don't, it will obey fear, doubt, distraction, and every passing emotion. The mind is powerful, but it is also wild. Without control, it drifts, it wanders, it reacts. But with discipline, it becomes your greatest tool, your strongest ally, your most loyal servant. Most people let their minds run the show. They wake up overwhelmed, think negative thoughts, feed their fears, and then wonder why their lives don't change. But real transformation happens the moment you stand up and say, I am in charge now. Your mind is like a muscle. If you train it daily, it becomes focused, sharp, and strong. But if you neglect it, it becomes lazy, unfocused, and easily distracted. The first step to discipline is awareness. Huh? You must watch your thoughts. Listen to how you speak to yourself. Notice what triggers you, what pulls you off track, what causes you to quit. You must become the watcher of your mind, not its prisoner. Discipline means doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. Means replacing negative self-talk with empowering beliefs. It means catching yourself when you're about to give into distraction and pulling your focus back. It's choosing growth over comfort, purpose over pleasure, and long-term vision over short-term gratification. This is not easy, but it is necessary. When you discipline your mind, you begin to rise above your emotions. You don't get pulled into every fear or doubt that shows up. You learn to pause, breathe, and respond with clarity. You develop mental toughness, the ability to stay calm under pressure, to keep going when motivation fades, and to push forward even when results aren't immediate. Discipline also gives you consistency, and consistency is what builds success. Anyone can be focused for a day, i.e., anyone can be motivated for a week, but only those who discipline their minds can stay on course for months and years. That's how great lives are built, through repeated focus, steady action, and mental discipline over time. To train your mind, start small. Begin your day with intention. Write your goals. Speak positive affirmations. Meditate for clarity. Set boundaries for distractions. Celebrate small wins. And when your mind starts to wander, bring it back. Do this over and over, and soon your mind will follow your command, not because it's forced, but because it's been trained. When your mind obeys you, life gets simpler. Challenges don't shake you as easily. Delays don't discourage you. You become anchored, steady and clear, steady and clear. You stop living in reaction and start living in purpose. You don't chase motivation. You create momentum. Your future depends on the strength of your mind. So train it, discipline it, command it. Make your mind work for you, not against you, because once your mind obeys you, nothing can stop you.